Welcome back to the Podcrastinators.
Yeah. The first time we're using that at the intro.
Yep. I'm Cam, and I'm joined with my co-host Connor. So we actually just got back from the theater. We watched a movie called Fall.
I was gonna ask, it's just Fall. It's not The Fall.
I think it's just called Fall.
Um.
It is. Hang on, let me pull up the IMDb real quick.
So Cameron and I, a long time ago, I don't know what movie we saw in theaters, but we saw the trailer for this movie, and we looked at each other and we knew.
Yeah, we were like, we have to go see this movie because the trailer was like, it was just the ground, and then it starts like
panning up.
Like just going, like the camera
tower
pulls up so far, and as we were watching the trailer, we were like, it just keeps going and going and going, and it was going for so long, and then we were like, the CGI, like, it just looks so fake.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't believe that this is a thing. And then it like gets to the top, and then there's these two girls that are stuck on this big tower in the middle of the desert, and we were like, we have to go see that one.
It's gonna be a good movie. The best part for me was when we were watching. And all right, so I don't want to like flat out say, because I know people worked on it. They probably were doing a lot. They worked hard on it.
Exactly.
But also, it's hard not to start laughing when you see the fucking Buzzfeed production thing at the beginning, because you're just sitting there like, ooh, this is gonna be a movie.
Yeah, I know. Like, I also like, I agree with you. Like, people like worked hard on the, like, I'm sure some people worked hard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to like completely tear it apart, but like, as soon as I saw that it was Buzzfeed Studios, I was like, all right, I could make fun of this a little bit.
The best part was they mentioned the egg drop challenge, and what was the other thing? Clickbait.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
There
was a couple times that I was like, I'm pretty sure
life hack in the movie.
Life hack. There were a couple times that I thought like they literally just wrote the dialogue with BuzzFeed articles.
Yeah, it was not good.
It was not good.
It was an hour and 47
minutes was the runtime.
Truthfully, if you want to, it's that bad that it's kind of entertaining to watch.
Yeah, like, it was like I didn't have a bad time watching it. Like, I don't know, I was thrilled at some parts. It definitely wasn't.
I had sweaty hands sometimes when they were looking like down, like that high up. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, this movie sucks, but like that does look kind of like freaky being up that high. Like
the actual concept, when they were actually up there, and I was like, yeah, how are they gonna get down? Like, I was kind of like invested in that part of the story.
I wish they went the route where they actually climbed down, because I thought that would have been like a lot more like tense and like, oh Jesus. Like,
yeah, I was like, I agree.
They just like hung out up there.
I felt like this movie, yeah, I was really into the concept, but nothing else. Like, the characters I didn't really care about.
Not in the slightest.
Like, the dialogue was made with using BuzzFeed articles.
Yep.
And it really asks a lot for your suspension of disbelief. You know how like some movies you're watching, you're like, oh, that's a little bit of a stretch, but like, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
The best part was when they're both like, what do we do? Hold on. And they take off their shoes to like throw it down, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're gonna need your shoes. And I did have to laugh at the beginning, like when they first started climbing the tower, and it shows that one. Okay, so it's like, is she blonde or redhead?
I thought she was blonde.
Okay, she's blonde.
Hunter and Becky were the main characters.
Okay, Hunter was the blonde one. Becky was the
brunette one.
Hunter, like when they first started climbing up the tower, had red Converses on. And the first thing I thought, I was like, you're climbing a 2,000-foot tower in Converses? Like, what? And then when they just all willy-nilly like throw their shoes down, I was like, all right.
I was like, yeah, I thought the same thing. Like, you're gonna need your shoes, like, because of course there's, I don't know, that the shoe throwing down, there's no way. I can't remember how high they said the tower was, but like, no way your phone is going to survive. Because their idea, for people listening, was that they would drop their phone to the bottom while sending a message so that
Which one? Just no.
yeah, like that was stupid.
And like they're like, how do we get our phone down there to send the message? Goes, we have to do it like the egg drop challenge. You're like, oh god, thank god we read all those Buzzfeed articles for this.
Yeah. And then the part where she climbs to the very top of the tower to like charge the drone with the life hack, and she's hanging there for 2 dissolves.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's no way she's hanging there. No. Because
it's also that weak, and also it's like that, like, you know, like knuckles pressed together, so there's like a little tiny ring that she's just like holding on to.
I guess she could kind of hug it with her legs, but like not that much.
Yeah.
And also, so the movie, the part that I had trouble, like, that I did not buy for a second was so that her husband dies in a climbing accident, right?
Yeah.
And
okay, so yeah, just for the whole basis. So Becky, the brunette girl, her husband died when all three were climbing. Hunter, or Becky, and her husband in the first scene, and then later on, I have to think so hard for the character's names. Hunter, Hunter comes in and she's like, we have to. And then
you have to embrace your fears. You'll never get over the death of your husband.
That's the funny thing too. And they're up there and he's like, you can do anything. Never be afraid. And I was like, her husband died. She's not afraid. She's like,
yeah. For a lot of the movie, I was like, wait, so her character arc is like getting over her fear of falling?
Yeah.
Like, and then going, also, like, we just watched the Ritual, right? Where like the whole thing was like the guy like was so guilty about like letting his friend die. Like, that could have been such a good avenue for them to go to, of like her trying to like get over her guilt because she's the one that like uncloaked the thing. Like, I thought that they were going to go down that road, which I don't know. I feel like was a missed opportunity a little bit.
Yeah. Also,
but I don't want all my movies to be the same about people being guilty. But I feel like also, just being like,
why was the tension between the husband in the movie? Like, what was the point of that scene? So like when we learned that Hunter was like sleeping with fucking Becky's husband, and like they have like this whole like heart to heart up on there. Yeah, and just like sitting there and like, what?
Well, so I was like, okay, here's how you fix this. You take Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character out entirely, but he was the big name actor to sell this movie, right? Like, so they had to like shoehorn him in as the dad, and they probably only had the budget enough to have him in his 2 scenes as the dad. But I feel like you cut out the dad entirely, and then you like have a scene maybe like where the husband is cheating on her with Hunter, and then you like have them go climbing together and he dies, and then the whole time you're watching this as the audience, like, you know that the one friend cheated on her husband with her, but like you're like, oh, like this everything's about to pop off up here while they're climbing the tower.
Or at
the
end she falls, and well, she does fall and die, but like she looks at her dead friend's body and she's like, I'm not a friend anymore. Both of you bitches are dead.
Yeah.
Like, fuck both of you.
Well, so Becky is the one that convinces her to come climb the tower with her. Hunter. Sorry.
See, it's hard.
They're hard.
Yeah, you have to think really hard because nothing actually happens.
Okay,
in the movie.
Right. So Hunter convinces Becky to go climb the tower with her, and she's like, "It's been a year since what was the husband's name? Dan. It's been a year since Dan's death." Like, and I'm like, you're gonna make her climb this tower and she hasn't been climbing for a year? Like, that's some shit that you have to train for.
Yeah, and I was thinking about that when she was holding up on there, like when she was on the very top, and you're right, just holding herself up by like a small grip. Like it's like a super thin pole. And yeah, I was like, so she did that for like 6 hours after being up on that tower for like 2 days when she hasn't climbed in that long. And
there's no way.
She's an alcoholic.
Like, yeah, exactly. There's no way. On. The movie really asks a lot from your suspension of disbelief.
It really does.
But I will say, I will give it props for, I feel like in the end, her character arc was about overcoming the loss of someone, right? So like,
but she overcame it by finding out that the person she lost was a cheating asshole.
But then
That's not really like
then she had
closure.
because so she's up there and
she's like,
Hunter.
Both times I went climbing, 2 people very close to me died, but it turned out they betrayed me the whole time. Thank God.
But here's what I'm saying. She had to get... So, okay. She made up the hallucination in her head that Hunter was like with her, coaching her through all this stuff. When in actuality, she did die. And that was her overcoming the death of her friend so that she could survive down the tower.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that would have been like climbing. That's what I'm saying, dude. If they actually had to climb down the tower, it kind of would have been like a ooh shit. Like,
yeah.
I told you my hands got fucking sweaty sometimes. Like looking at those like super high heights on the big ass movie screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, damn, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah. They asked a lot.
It's cheap freaky, like you know. Yeah, what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's freaky.
It is freaky. It is freaky. I thought that they asked a lot from the big dish thing. Like, even when they were climbing up it and she was like standing on it to like help pull her up, I was like, no, like,
yeah.
You're telling me the ladder falls, but not that dish?
Every time they used the rope, they had like the whole weight of another person, and they'd like slip on it and like let it go.
That's another thing.
And I'm like, you should probably be wearing gloves. Your hands are fucked right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time I was like, there's no way that she has the strength to pull up another person on that rope.
Mm-mm.
No way.
On that rope, I don't think many people could.
No.
That's a lot. A person's pretty heavy.
A person is pretty heavy, especially if you
just a dangling person too.
Especially if you've been drinking for a year and not climbing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I recommend the movie. It was fantastic. And one I will be watching more of.
No, I will never watch this movie again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
Here's what I'm saying. I hope that Buzzfeed Studios, I hope this movie makes a lot of money so that Buzzfeed Studios can make more movies, and then we
there's no way that this is the first Buzzfeed movie. This is just the first one we've found.
This is what I'm saying.
Buzzfeed movies.
Let's get Buzzfeed to finance one of our movies.
Was it just Buzzfeed Productions or something?
I thought it said Buzzfeed Studios right at the beginning. Let's see what it says on the poster.
Buzzfeed Studios.
They don't even have it on the poster. Oh, I bet this thing is all...
Buzzfeed Studios plans big after rocky public offering. And this was this year. So they're public. We can invest in...
Yo, let's go
invest.
Buzzfeed
Studios. Let's own Buzzfeed Studios. I can't find any of their movies, though. Probably because nobody... Oh, okay, look.
I bet you if you go on Buzzfeed now...
Okay, yeah. All right, here are... Buzzfeed Studios. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so number 1 is Fall.
And
the second one is One Up.
One Up.
Follows a gamer who quits her college esports team due to sexism and her male counterparts.
Oh my god. So that movie probably explains everything to you as well.
Yep. My Fake Boyfriend.
Oh.
Book of Love.
Isn't that an American Pie movie?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yo, let's do...
Dude, they actually have a good... Are you going to say do a BuzzFeed season?
Let's do a season of BuzzFeed movies.
That would be the worst movies possible. Well, all right.
Let's make the best BuzzFeed movie ever. Let's manipulate BuzzFeed into giving us some of their money so we can make a movie. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have the best BuzzFeed movie. Because
and then we'll make them millions. And then even when they find this podcast way down the line, they're like, well, we can't be angry.
Yeah.
They brought our company out of the depths it was sinking into.
Dude, I bet you if you go on BuzzFeed, this movie is plastered all over it. Yeah. I bet you... Oh, it made like treated you like you were stupid. Like everything was explained to you, but somehow I was still invested with like.
I was entertained. I will say.
We've been ripping it apart.
It was an awful movie, but I was thoroughly entertained for the hour and 40-something minutes that we were in that theater.
I had fun watching it.
Yeah. Actually, maybe not entertained, but I had fun watching it.
I had fun watching it. That's for sure. Yeah. I don't know when this is going to come out in relation to the rest of our stuff, but
yeah, this episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, if you've been listening to us, if you've been following us, here's a bonus episode for you. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah. I guess
it's part of the times, we figured there was actually a lot of people in that theater.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you this. I forgot to ask you how many people, because there's definitely a lot of people like us who are just like leaning over to their friends laughing, but like how many people in there do you think went there expecting like
something good?
Yeah. And do you think they walked out being like that wasn't bad?
Yeah, do you think anybody liked that movie?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The reason I think of this question is because I was like walking out and I saw like a couple together and they weren't like laughing about it. Like it's like they're just like they went there for like a date and they just watched that movie and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope this becomes a cult classic.
Oh, yeah, they're like, that was the greatest movie I've ever seen.
BuzzFeed Studios had a lot of low points, but there was Fall.
Fall really rose to the top of the BuzzFeed
let me
Studios.
Tell you, BuzzFeed was falling, but Fall surely wasn't.
I think that you should wait to watch this movie when it's on a streaming service.
I am actually kind of sad. I don't typically feel sad giving money to theaters or something, but I was like, damn, there's a lot of people in here supporting this movie.
Like, BuzzFeed doesn't deserve this money.
Dude, I was thinking about it. It kind of was a clickbait like movie trailer and like everything. Like it
got us.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, I guess that's unfair though. A lot of concepts can be like the alluring part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just hard not to associate it when your studio's fucking BuzzFeed.
It was like just so immediately at the front, like, all right, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. This is the movie we got ourselves into.
Oh.
That was fun though. I enjoyed my time.
You know what? When she was hallucinating with her friend being dead, that got me, I will say. That's the only part of the movie that I didn't see coming. Yeah,
true.
Everything else was so predictable.
Mm-hmm. Very predictable.
Another thing where they like really played with your suspension of disbelief was how far the drone went, dude. Yeah. Like, what was the way? Did we say that already?
No, we did not.
Okay,
but they use a drone, or Becky uses a drone.
Oh, yeah,
to, like,
we didn't even talk
message.
about the drone.
Yeah, and we'll quick shot this, but she literally, like, they're 2,000 feet up in the air. So, one, you have to go down, like, 1,800 feet. Like, not even, like, 1,900 and, like, fucking 80 feet. I'm
gonna look up what the range of a drone is.
There's no way.
160 to 330 feet.
And they were 2,000 feet up in the air.
There was no way.
How tall is the Eiffel Tower?
Okay, this says...
Is the Eiffel Tower... Okay, so halfway through the...
Okay, the Eiffel Tower is halfway. That's how we can look up how tall it was. You're right. Eiffel Tower...
Height.
Oh, right.
They said, okay, so halfway up climbing the beacon.
Yeah, as they were climbing up.
Hunter's like, this is how tall the Eiffel Tower is. Oh, looks like they're about right.
So 2,000 feet. The Eiffel Tower is 1,000 feet to the tip.
Mm-hmm.
And our tower from fall was 2,000 feet. Okay, so actually, it said that the toy drone's range was up to 300
but that
feet.
was when you connected to your phone.
Yeah, I'm saying that's
like even Bluetooth.
Yeah. It did say that more advanced drones could go up to 7 miles, but that was not an advanced drone in the movie.
No, not at all.
And then there were all the shots of the drone taking off and flying from the... I do wish that we had watched this movie like on a streaming service, because there were a couple times that I was like, I kind of want to like rewind and see if that like...
Oh, you're talking... Sorry, yeah. You're talking about when the drone took off like a bunch of
times.
And they used the same shot every time. Or at least that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
I don't know if it really was, but like... And it looked like they just like would reverse it when it came back. Like the same shot of it lifting off. And then you said there was the one where it looked like they just mirrored it.
Yeah. But so... After they showed that, the second shot of the drone taking off, after we had already seen it landing, and we were like, it looks like they played that in reverse. Like, I wish that we could have rewound it, or like see if there was the piece of paper on it, because that was when they tied the piece of paper to the drone.
Yeah.
And then when they first got to the top and when the ladder falls and Becky is swinging there and then she comes up and then they're talking a little bit. They're like, oh, that was crazy. And then she notices that she cut her leg. I was like, did she have the leg cut before that? Like, I feel like I would have noticed that.
If I was in that situation, I'd probably look at you, Cameron, and be like, well, I think we're dead, and then just like jump off and be like, all right, well, let's just do this quicker than soon. Let's just do this sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I'm jumping off. They did a good job. The makeup was pretty good. Like, they did a good job of making her look like that she'd been on the top of the tower for 3 days.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
I'm trying to find praise. The main actress was good. The two main actresses were good.
Yeah, they had good chemistry for what they had.
Yeah, with the dialogue that they had to work with.
Yeah. Well,
watch it to make fun of it.
100%.
When it's on a streaming service.
Anything else you want to say about this movie?
No, I guess if we're putting this out the weekend that it comes out, the next episode to come out is 28 days later.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, look forward to that.
Yeah. Every Wednesday, baby.
And since we lost the Cloverfield footage, we decided to watch a movie called The Ritual instead. So,
yeah, our first episode, the Cloverfield episode for our horror season, got lost to time. So
we want to have 6 episodes per season. So we're just filling it in with another horror movie called The Ritual, which will come up at some point. You'll know it's coming.
Cool. Well, thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We've been the Podcrastinators.